Elhamdülillah. Elhamdülillah. Elhamdülillahi nahmeduhu ve nesta'inuhu ve nestağfiruhu ve netubu ileyh. Ve na'udhu billahi min şururi enfusina ve min seyyiati a'malina. Men yehdillahu fela mudille leh ve men yudlil fela hadiye leh. Neşhedü en la ilahe illallah vahdehu la şerike leh ve neşhedü enne seyyidina Muhammeden abduhu ve rasuluh. أما بعد فيا عباد الله واتقوا الله وأطيعوه إن الله مع الذين اتقوا والذين هم محسنون قال الله تعالى في كتابه الكريم أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وأن ليس للإنسان إلا ما سعى وأن سعيه سوف يرى صدق الله العظيم وقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أعطوا الأجير أجره قبل أن يجف عرقه صدق رسول الله. Respected brothers and sisters in Islam, I will touch upon the subject of business ethics in Islam today in my khutbah. Most of the things that I will share with you are well known to you, but this is a kind of reminder and also refreshing our, inshallah, knowledge and memories. Let me begin by stating that the fundamental goal of all business and the purpose of opening a business is supposed to be none other than taking care of the human welfare. Every Muslim, because of the requirement of his or her faith, should be motivated by this principle, meaning that their business should be geared towards meeting the needs of human being and also improving the conditions of human life. Again, our faith teaches us that regardless of where we are, how we are, whether we are sitting, talking, eating, drinking, studying, contemplating, or playing, doing business, buying or selling, etc., we are constantly being watched by Allah Almighty, who is Al-Khabir, all-aware, As-Sami' all-hearing, Al-Basir, all-seeing. In this case, we cannot be negligent in our work of this fact, nor can we remain unaware of our responsibility towards our fellow beings in our business environment. The most excellent quality of a believer, as far as Islam is concerned, is that he is always self-conscious and self-vigilant, simply because he is ever mindful of his creator and sustainer. Let me ask a simple question. If I want to open up a business or initiate a project, a transaction, what is the purpose of my doing so? What is my purpose or goal for opening up a business? Simple, to earn my livelihood and also earn the livelihood of my family or risk of my family. So I do business to earn my livelihood and livelihood of my people around me. So the question is, what kind of business? The business I will open and the business I should aim. What should be? And again, the answer is for the welfare of human being, for the improving the conditions of human being, for taking care of the needs of human being. So according to Islamic morality, the primary objective of my business should be for the well-being of humanity. We should keep in mind this simple principle as a niyyah, intention or motivation behind our work or business. If you do so, we gain not only financial and material benefit from our endeavor, but also spiritual reward from Allah Almighty, who is our creator. Just because we render our services for our fellow human beings and meet their needs. Therefore, it is going to be no more a business, but a form of worship for Allah Almighty, because we are taking care of the needs of our fellow human beings. So long as we operate all our businesses in accordance with this principle and motivation and continue to be guided at the same time by our ethical principles and moral values, we would be appreciated by Allah Almighty and also by human beings. And our earning also will be increased And moreover, our work and endeavor would be considered a kind of worship for Allah, as I said earlier. In this case, the motivation or intention behind opening a business or initiating a project or in an industry is the key to succeed in Islamic ethics. The motivation again should be for the human welfare. The second, all business should be halal. Halal business, halal enterprise, meaning legitimate, lawful means. A Muslim may only participate in an occupation, in a venture that fits well to the standards of Islam, Islamic ethics. So any business, for example, involving anything that is detrimental for human life, intoxicating, dishonesty, or illegal products, injustices, or destroying the environment, strictly forbidden according to Islam. To earn a clean living is also a duty, as the Prophet says, next to the main principles and duties of our belief. So to earn a clean living is equal to have a strong faith. Then what comes next in the operation of a business is to establish a genuine and healthy rapport or relationship between the employer and the employees, between the seller or the buyer, between the shopkeeper and the customer. Between them, there should be mutual understanding, common good, and collective welfare again. Islamic business ethics have already laid down crystal clear injunctions and rules determining the rights and responsibilities of both the employer and the employees. Let me share with you a few of them as reminders. Number one, Muhammad said, you should pay the wage of your laborer before his sweat dries up. So wages should be paid to the laborers before their sweat dries up. But the laborer also should sweat, meaning he or she should deserve it before being paid. The glorious Quran unequivocally states the necessity and importance of human integrity and justice in all dealings. Let me read to you from Surah Al-Araf, Surah number 7, 85. You can read also on your own later on, inshallah, to reflect on the meaning of this ayah. وَأَوْفُوا الْكَيْلَ وَالْمِيزَانَ وَلَا تَبْخَسُوا النَّاسَ إِشْيَاهُمْ وَلَا تُفْسِدُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ بَعْدَ إِصْلَاحِهَا ذَلِكُمْ خَيْرٌ لَكُمْ إِن كُنتُم مُؤْمِنِينَ. Let me give my humble interpretation of it, together with the translation. You should give just and full measure and weight. When you do deal with the people, in all your dealings should be fair and just. Do not defraud people or deprive them of their rights, deprive them of their property or what is rightfully theirs. Then, once settle this, do not spread corruption on the earth after Allah Almighty has been put you in a well-ordered manner. So there is already order in the universe and in the world, so do not destroy this order. This is good for your own sake if you are truly believers. We should then carry on our business in right, earnest way, earn through permissible means as much as we can, and without depending on anyone else. Once some people came to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, asked a simple question: what is the best form of earning? He replied, very simple: earning with your own hands, namely by your own efforts, the income from the business which is free from dishonesty and fraud. That is the best. So honesty in all dealings is really the recommendation of the Prophet and the Quran. Therefore, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "At-tajiru as-sadduq al-amin ma'al anbiya'i or ma'al nabiyyina was-siddiqina wash-shuhada." The truthful, honest businessman will be in the company of the prophets and the righteous people, of course, truthful people, and also among the martyrs on the day of judgment. Let us all remember that there is a separate surah in the Quran by the title Mutaffifun, the surah number 83. This surah was revealed to warn the consequences of fraudulent businesses and unfair dealings. The title of the surah is also very striking. وَيْلٌ لِلْمُطَفِّفِينَ الَّذِينَ إِذَا اكْتَالُوا عَلَى النَّاسِ يَسْتَوْفُونَ وَإِذَا كَالُوهُمْ أَوْ وَزَنُوهُمْ يُخْسِرُونَ أَلَا يَظُنُّ أُولَٰئِكَ أَنَّهُمْ مَبْعُوثُونَ لِيَوْمٍ عَظِيمٍ. Again, interpretation. Shame on those people. Who are this? They deal with people in fraud. Those who cheat and give short measure and defrauders. Those who take full measure or demand in full when they buy from people, but give less when they measure or weigh for others. When they have to give to them by measure or weight, give them less than their due. Do such people not think that they will be raised and resurrected on the day of judgment, will be called by Allah for accounting on a day which is terrible? It is, by the way, unfortunately, human deficiency to give too little and demand too much. This particular surah touches upon the evil practices in commercial dealings. There is a clear stern warning for those who defraud that they will be questioned in the hereafter. So, my brothers and sisters, it's very clear. Our noble book, the Quran, which is the final revelation and the confirmation of the revelation of the previous books, such as Gospel, Old Testament. So, Quran urges us to remain ever heedful and never be oblivious of the hereafter when we are doing business, because we'll be called for accounting. Do as you would be done by others. Treat others at least as you would like to be treated by others. Try to supply the best quality of the foods and best service to your customers. If your customer comes to seek advice from you, give them the best advice. Another important principle of Islamic ethics is hard working. Unless you work hard, unless you put your efforts in your work, you will never earn what you desire or what you hope for. The noble Quran again says, وَأَنْ لَيْسَ لِلْإِنسَانِ إِلَّا مَا سَعَى وَأَنَّ سَعْيَهُ سَيْفَ يُرَى. Human being will get only what he or she works for, what he or she puts efforts. And the fruit of the result of her or his striving, hard working, will pay off, will be seen, inshallah. That's the Quran, and assures. And Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when it comes to, giving advice for us how to handle the business, he gives an example from Prophet Dawood alayhi salam. He said, the Prophet of Allah, I'm skipping the Arabic version of it for the sake of time. The Prophet of Allah, Dawood alayhi salam, used to eat from the earnings of his manual labor. That's very important. So without exerting efforts, without working hard, there is no way for us to earn, as Quran says. Another important principle, or the implication of this principle, is that, and as Muhammad suggests, you should arrive at your workplace or business place in time. Remain there steady. He says, set out in search of your livelihood and lawful earnings early in the morning so that your work will be fruitful and rewarding. Another moral principle is that one can promote one's business only through truthful and acceptable means, not by telling lies or swearing falsely in the name of Allah. We have several warnings and admonitions from our Prophet Muhammad concerning this issue. So expanding, advancing, or promoting your business through impermissible means, such as swearing falsely in the name of Allah, is categorically forbidden in Islamic morality. Hadith says, I think this is enough for us to remember, Al-halifu manfaqatun lis-sil'ati mamhaqatun lil-barakati. The swearing may persuade the customer, the buyer, to purchase the goods, but that will deprive the blessings of Allah Almighty. Avoid swearing falsely in order to sell your goods. Apparently, it looks like promoting your business, but in fact, it lets your business down. That is again another hadith from Sahih Muslim. The last but not the least ethical principles that ought to be observed in conducting business is the use of proper and polite language to the customers and employees or employers, and avoidance of scolding or frowning upon them or displaying any suspicious attitude towards them in every matter. Let me conclude my khutbah with a beautiful recommendation again from our beloved Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said, "Rahimallahu rajulan samha إذا باع وإذا اشترى وإذا اقتضى. May Allah have mercy on this particular person. Grant him mercy. Who is this person? The one who observes politeness and courtesy in dealings of business, in business dealings, whether it be buying or selling, as well as in demanding his money back. ألا إن أحسن الكلام وأبلغ النظام كلام الله الملك الظلام. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. My brothers, I will give a short translation in Turkish for the sake of my brothers, for Turkish brothers here. Muhterem Müslümanlar, yüce dinimiz İslam, helal ve meşru yollardan rızık kazanmayı emreder. Bu uğurda gösterilen çabayı, harcanan emeği, dökülen alın terini mukaddes görür. Allah rızası gözetilmeyen, helal haram çizgisine riayet edilmeyen, yalan, aldatma ve haksızlık içeren her tür iş ve ticareti yasaklar. Aziz kardeşlerim, her alanda olduğu gibi çalışma hayatında da bir ahlak vardır. İslam'ın iş ve ticaret ahlakı temeli doğruluktur, dürüstlüktür. Helal haram duyarlılığıdır. Emeğe ve alın terine saygıdır. İnsan haysiyetine, kamu hukukuna korumaktır. Can güvenliğini tehlikeye atmamaktır. Kıymetli kardeşlerim, kimimiz işçiyiz, kimimiz işvereniz ama hepimizin kendine has bir mesleği var. Fedakarlıkla bulunuyoruz veya bulunmuyoruz ama birbirimize hukuk ilişkilerimiz var. Hangi yürüde olursak olalım, hangi işte olursak olalım, İslam'ın iş ve ticaret ahlakını kendimize bir prensip edinelim. Şunu hatırlayalım ki Muhammed sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem dedi ki, çalışana ücretini alın teri kurumadan önce veriniz. Buyurunca emeğinin karşılığını taslaman ödemek gerekir bütün çalışanlarımıza. Çalışanlarla kardeşçe, insaflı, sıcak ve samimi bir ilişki kurmak gerekir. İbadet ve dinlenme gibi dersler için gerekli imkanlar sağlamaktır. Değerli kardeşlerim, geliniz çalışma hayatımızda dini mübini İslam'ın hayat veren ilkelerine sımsıkı sarılalım. İşimizin ve ticaretimizin hakkını verelim. Helal lokma uğrunda alın teri dökelim. Çalışma ve helal kazançla hayatımıza bereket ve huzur katalım. Rabbimizin rızasını nail olacağını unutmayalım her zaman. Sözlerimi hutbemin başında okuduğum ayeti celileyle bitirmek isterim. İnsan için ancak çalışmasının karşılığı vardır. Çabasını görülecek ve çalışmanızın karşılığını da mutlaka alacaktır. Elhamdülillah hamden kamile ve salatu ve selamu ala Resulüne Muhammedin ve ala alihi ve asbahi ecmain. تعظيما لنبي تكريما للصفية فقال عز وجل من قائل مكرم آمرا إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد اللهم طهر قلوبنا واستر عيوبنا واشف مرضانا واقض ديوننا وبيض وجوهنا وارفع درجاتنا وارحم آباءنا واغفر أمهاتنا وأصلح ديننا ودنيانا واحفظ أهلنا وأموالنا بلادنا من جميع الآفات والأمراض والبلايا اللهم انصر من نصر الدين اللهم انصر المسلمين في كل المكان اللهم استجب دعانا واكتب السلامة والصحة والعافية علينا وعلى جميع المسلمين والحمد لله العالمين إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون أقيموا الصلاة